Hey guys, welcome back to another Geek Time and the final video on how we built my Buzz Lightyear version 1 cosplay. Today I'm going to go through all the final bits of Buzz, so the crotch piece or diaper section, the thighs, the hood, the ears, the midsection, and then finally going to show you the aftermath and various attempts of adapting it in the past. As we said last time, we did this as a joint venture with Century 21 Props and Replicas. Their links will be in the description below, so make sure you check them out. Neither of us have taken on a big build like this before. We were relatively new to cosplay making, let alone foam craft, but many people have asked how I made the costume, so here it is. Bit of a disclaimer, this is not a tutorial video, but more of a documentation of how we made the costume, but we will be remaking the costume in future and we'll be doing more of a tutorial, but still a how-to video for that. Also, we had no blueprints of plans how to make this, just reference images of the character. A few years later, I found my Buzz Lightyear toy in the attic, which would have been very useful, but we defo be using that for reference during the rebuild. But let's get on with it. So starting off with this happy chappy, I bought a purple ski hood and stupidly cut off the bottom. Also wore a black shirt because I thought it would help with the arms and things. I'm glad I didn't go with that in the end because Buzz Lightyear is a very warm costume, so Under Armour is better and easier to get bits on. Moving on, I think. So for the ears, I literally just use little sauce pots which we use as paint mixing pots, but later would use clean ones, as when condensation got in these, I ended up having paint on my ears. I pushed 5 holes in initially to relieve pressure on my ears and to be able to hear, but after the first use I cut out the midsection completely as I couldn't hear and still had pressure. And this is what it looked like from the side. The hood does have a mouthpiece which is tucked under my chin. Later in the video I show you how I changed the mistake that I made in cutting off the bottom of the hood. So the thigh pieces were bits I took from my first attempt at making a foam armor costume, which went horribly wrong, but the basic shape was there. These thigh pieces were glued together with hot glue and a lollipop stick stuck inside to help strengthen the joint. They were Mod Podged, primed and white gloss sprayed and then sealed with clear varnish. I should put a warning on this picture, I think. Thick thighs save lives, maybe? Anyways, like the thighs, the crotch section was from an attempt before to make the armor. So just tore off the added rubber bits and used it as a base to stick other bits on top of. I really wish I did redo it from the start because this piece has always been a little tight and only gotten tighter, and also sits on the wrong place. It sits under my stomach when it needs to be over, so something for me to perfect in future. So as I said, I use it as a base and cut out more EVA, stuck it on with contact adhesive and heat sealed it. Painting it after Mod Podge with some primer and white gloss paint in the usual way. I then proceeded to add more foam to make the belt section, attaching it in the usual way. I shaped the front, drew around a buckle shape, which was done freehand so it looks awful, then applied with contact adhesive as you see here, then applying the buckle and this time using the pins in the sides not to mark the front, but still the wrong method. Then I proceeded to attach some straps to attach the thigh pieces, but what I didn't show is that I made straps to go over the shoulders as well. And here is that being glued together and held together using clamps. I glued it using a load of hot glue. The thighs were attached, but at this point the straps were too long, so later I would have them taken off and cut down. And that's the pieces all together and the dungaree type shoulder straps. Paint was applied by hand, as you can see all the brush marks here. Can you tell I was rushing and didn't want to tape off anything? Then a MP3 player was attached to the side, thinking I could press the button on the hip, but I still couldn't reach that. Another time I glued it to the glove and tried that, still didn't work. So I have a few other ideas for the rebuild that will get rid of the MP3 player, but it was stuck on to the belt with Velcro. And this was the first almost full suit test. Just needed the midsection, but even from this pic I should have realized the lower part was about 4 or 5 inches too low. Oh well. Looking back at this now, there's a lot I want to change, but it looks great considering we never made anything like this before and was learning on the job, if you will. So for the midsection, I got a piece of black material, glued down some pipe insulators that were being halved and stuck down with contact adhesive. Later I would find the glue seeped through the black material and also find the tubes were too thin, but hey, moving on. Using the duct tape mannequin, I was able to see how it would fit and popped on the top, and it looked pretty good. So I covered it in Mod Podge, and then we tried various different ways to paint it. I attempted black spray paint, which didn't really work, but then Century 21 came up with this idea. Mixing together some liquid rubber stuff, I don't know what was used, with some black paint, was able to make this nice shiny rubber paint. Pretty neat, huh? The back was fastened using some elastic. Didn't really care about neatness with that because you wouldn't see it. I then stupidly decided to put on some duct tape on the top and bottoms to protect it from being rubbed by the bottom and chest pieces. I attached a Velcro strip with screws because the sticker kept pulling off the rubber paint. The reason I needed the strip of Velcro was to hold the chest piece down, because with all the weight of the jetpack, it kept pulling the chest piece up. Later this was fixed by using bungee cords from the bottom piece to the chest piece to pull it all together. So I took a beautifully rubber painted midsection and messed it up with duct tape, as you can see here. I cable tied it to the bottom section and painted over the cable ties, gluing the dungaree strap to the inside of the midsection, and everything was done for the first wear of my costume. Here is a test of the midsection before it was attached to anything and before the stupid tape. And then the full suit test. Please excuse the washing in the background. Overall, very happy with how it came out, considering we had no idea what we were doing, but it has taught us how to do things in future projects. There are a few things I would change, but if you are curious about that, then just come up and chat to me in a convention or pop a comment down below. A little space ranger also wanted to try it on, and doesn't she look very cute? Say hi to Pixie, everyone. And this was how I transported to conventions. It's quite a big suit to transport for something you think is quite small, and I only have a small car too. This was all the spray paint we used for the first version of the costume. Well, all the white, grey and black anyway, and the varnish. And people wonder why I didn't wear it more. This is the wear and tear from just one use. Each time I wore it, I had to repaint these sections before wearing it again. And when I stored it in my shed, this happened too, so I had to be cleaned and repainted. But going to show you a few bits now that I had adjusted over the years without remaking any parts.
Lots of people have asked me in the past whether Buzz actually glows, and hopefully from now on I can say he does, with some of this glow-in-the-dark paint. It dries clear, it's got like a milky colour over it, but it is more or less clear, but then uses natural sunlight or daylight to charge it, and then when it goes in darkness then it should glow. So I've taped up all of Buzz. It took me ages to actually tape up the chest piece, and I'm gonna try and put this on the best I can, and we'll see how it works.
The milky look over it was horrible, and the nozzle clogged up easily, so couldn't get the paint out and barely could see the glow in the dark. I will try different techniques sometime, as I really would love to get him to glow. As I said earlier, with the hood, I took a purple shirt, cut off the arms and half the length, and then sewed the hood to the shirt. The colour doesn't match, but will do for now, and doesn't just have a horrible half-cut hood inside. And I then tried to connect the upper arms to the chest with two straps to stop it slipping out, because they kept falling down and looking stupid. However, I could get in like this, but I couldn't take it off without scraping my hands open. So I decided to leave one strap on, put my arms through the chest first, and then the arm pieces. But I will change it again and use magnets, so the arm pieces will be separate, and then someone help me put them on and fasten them with magnets. Magic. But that is it. That is how we built my Buzz Lightyear cosplay. There's so much I want to do to it, and it won't be one I will just shelve and never be seen again, because I love being Buzz Lightyear. When I wear him, it's like if I'm being a child again, or even better, like I am being a toy. I just want to run around and have fun. Make sure to check out the videos where I have been having fun in the costume. A massive thank you to Century 21 Props and Replicas for helping me with this build and for all the support and help with other projects. It would be amazing if you could go and follow him on Facebook and Instagram, as he has made some awesome props and starships and loads of other things, so go check it out. Next week we will be releasing our cosplay at home cosplay music video, which we put out entries for back in the beginning of the summer. A great way to end the summer period. Thanks to everyone who put entries in and hope you enjoy it. We will probably do another one for Christmas, so get thinking of ideas now everyone. Thanks for watching. If you would like to hit that subscribe button, that would be great. And if you'd like to support us, then you can tip us on the link that is displayed on the screen and also on the description. All money tipped will go towards new equipment and software to make our videos better for you. Thanks everyone for all your support. It means the world to us, and I look forward to chatting to you guys in the comments. But that is it for this week. So, until next time, to infinity and beyond!